Yeah, hi Anusha. Let's start with the self-introduction.
Hi, sir. My name is Anusha. I started my career in June 2023. Overall, I have 2+ years of experience, and my relevant experience is also same. My career started at HCL Technologies as a contract employee. At my current company, I have working since 2+ years. During this time, I have been involved in couple of CRM projects. I do have a good experience in CRM customizations, and I have a good knowledge on out of box functionalities as well. I have a good experience in CRM customizations, writing plugins, JavaScripts, workflows, dashboards, business rules, form designing, field creations, views, and so on. And my roles and responsibilities are daily. We do have a sync up calls with my team lead, and there we will discuss about the requirements and we will take up the task. I will work on the assigned task and provide updates to my team lead via email by the end of the day.
Okay, fine. And what are all components do we have in the CRM?
Entities, option set, dashboards, web resources, process, keys,
Mm. What is
and
the importance of the keys?
by using keys is a hard restriction. By using keys, we can avoid duplicate records creation.
Okay. So what are all subcomponents are there in the entity level?
In the entity, the subcomponents are fields, forms, business rules,
Hmm.
fields, forms, business rules, mm, charts.
Okay. So how many form types are there?
We do have four types of forms: card form, main form,
Hmm.
quick view form, and the quick create form. Card form generally we used in mobiles. It is a compact view, and the main form we can um, create and edit the records. In the quick view form is a read only form. If we want to populate any parent record information in the child entities, we will use the quick view form. And the create form, we can easily create a record without navigating to the uh, related form. It opens like a pop-up.
Hmm. So what is the purpose of the business rules?
Business rules is a out of box functionality. We can use business rules to perform actions like set the field value, set the default value, lock and unlock the fields. We can set visibility. We can show a error message. We can set field requirement levels.
Hmm. So like what is the scope of the business rule?
We do have three types of scopes: all forms, specific form, and the entity scope. If we set the business rule to the entity level, the logic will be executed both in the client side and the server side. If the scope is set to all forms, the logic will work for all the forms. If the scope is set to only specific form, the logic will be work only to the specific form.
We set scope as entity, how it will work?
It will work both client side and server side.
Okay, so can we execute business rules on the quick create form?
Yes, sir, we can execute.
So what could be the scope? What do we need to set?
Code should be either entity or all forms.
Okay, and what are all components we can add it on the form, main form?
components.
What type of components we can add on the form, in the form design mode?
We can add fields.
Mm-hmm.
We can add subgrids.
Mm-hmm. What else are there? Upgrades and what else are there? Can we add quick view
We
forms?
can add attachments. We can add a quick
Quick.
view form.
Okay. So what are all components we can add it on the quick create form? Can we add subgrid on the quick create form?
No, sir.
So what type of components we can add in the quick create form? Can we add attachments?
No, sir.
Can we?
Only the
Mm,
fields we can add. What are all the required fields?
mm.
We will add the fields on the quick create form.
So have you ever implemented business rules in your project?
Yes, sir.
So can you just give me the scenario, for which scenario you have used the business rule?
Uh, in the in one of our project hospital management, um, in the doctor appointments entity,
Mm,
sorry, not in the doctor appointments entity, in the hospital staff entity, whenever we select the hospital staff as doctor, then it should populate all the doctor related fields. If the staff type is selected as some other, it should hide that fields.
mm. So you have used a business rule for this requirement, is it?
Yes, sir. Set
Okay.
visibility rule we have, action we have used.
So what is the advantage of the business rule when you compare with the JavaScript?
JavaScript is purely client-side logic, whereas the business rule, it will work both server side and client side if we set the scope to the entity.
Mm. Can we execute JavaScript as it server side?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's say I have a requirement. So one of the entity, product entity, I do have the discount field. And
Yes, sir.
discount field, I wanted to make it editable only for the managers
Yes, sir.
and should only viewable by salesperson. If I log in with salesperson, I can only see, but I should not able to edit. How can we achieve this requirement?
By using field level security, we can achieve this.
Mm. Can you just give me
Uh,
the steps?
yes, first we have to enable that discount field to field security. Next, we have to create the field security profile.
Mm.
In that, we have to give the permissions to the specific field like discount. We have to give the privilege access like for manager and salesperson. For manager, we have to give uh, create, update permissions. For the salesperson, we should not give the update permission. We can give only the read.
Okay. I- But we need to like
And,
we
mhm.
need to add managers into separate teams, right?
So yeah, separate. You need to add user salespersons and the managers. For for the salespersons, we need not add every time there is a team entity. In that teams will be auto created based on the business units. So whenever the we are onboarding one person, we can directly add it into the respective team so
Mm.
that we'll get the sales manager security role access.
Okay. So what are all security models are there in the CRM?
We have role-based, record-based, field-based, and hierarchy security. So,
Can you just explain each one of them?
role-based, it combines the access levels and the privileges to define the correct role for the users. It is role-based only for entity level.
Hmm.
Record-based, we can directly share the record by using a share option, and we have to give the access levels and select the user. And second one is by using access team templates. For this, uh, we need to uh, create one access team template. In that, we need to give the privilege levels, and then we have to go to the navigate to the particular entity's properties page. In that, we need to enable the access team templates, and then we need to open the form. We need to add one section. In that section, we need to add a subgrid. In that, we have to select all the records. In that, the entity should be user, and the default view should be associated team record members. And we have to select the template which we have designed, and we have
Okay.
to save and publish the customizations.
Okay.
Next, in the field-based security, for specific field, we need to configure the field security, and we need to add the field security profile in that. And the field which we are want to hide and show, we have to give the access levels, and we need to add the users and the managers.
Okay. So I do have another requirement. I have the email field and the contact entity. So
Okay.
email field, I'm expecting to accept only the specific domain. So this is my requirement. How can you implement the logic? What kind of component do you use?
We, by using JavaScript, we can achieve that, sir.
Yeah, can you just give me the steps at high level? What do you use? What is the event you add?
Uh, we use on field change event. We will use.
On field change event. So what do you write? Let's say I have entered the invalid email. Then what do you show?
Uh, and we have to show enter a valid Gmail.
I will click OK and I will click save, right? If I
Mm.
click OK, then it will still show the invalid value in the email. Let's say I
Yes, sir.
did not enter the Gmail domain, I entered the Outlook email. Since
Yes,
you
sir.
added the field change, so it will trigger only on field change.
Yes,
I
sir.
changed the field, it will trigger and it is just showing the message. I can
Mm.
ignore that message and still proceed with the save, right?
Yes, sir.
But I don't want that kind of situation. I
Uh,
want to restrict user if it is
we
invalid
have
data.
we have to use execution context dot get event talks dot prevent default
But
in
where
order
do
to
you add
prevent the
the
save.
event?
On save, we will add that event.
So if you go with JavaScript, what is the limitation? What if I create the records from the backend? Will it work?
No, sir. It is client-side validation. Whenever we are creating it from the backend, it is server-side logic. No,
Hmm.
will not
S-
execute.
So in that case, what do you use?
We can use business rules or we can use plugins.
Will that business rules work at the server side?
Yes, if the scope is set to entity, it will work on server side.
But action, which one do you use?
Sorry, sir, we can go by plugins, not by business rules. We cannot perform it using business rule.
So plugin, what is the event do you add? And which event do you add?
On create and on update also.
So on create and update. So on create, like what is the pipeline stage do you choose?
Pre-operation.
Why pre-operation? Why don't we go with the pre-validation, or why don't we go with post-operation? Is there any reason?
In the post operation, the plugin will execute after the data saved into the server, no, sir.
Mm, okay. Then what is the importance of pre-validation?
Pre-validation, in this, the plugin will execute without performing any basic security checks.
Okay. So like you also add event and the update as well, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
update of which field do you add?
Update of email.
So where do you configure that action? Like you wanted to trigger plugin only and update of email field. So how do you configure that instructions?
In the plugin registration tool,
Hmm.
in the message, we have to give update,
Okay.
and attributes should be email.
What is that property name?
Attributes filtering.
Hmm. So how much do you rate yourself in the plugins?
7.
And how much do you rate yourself in the JavaScript out of 10?
I'll rate 8.
Can you just give me the JavaScript syntax to set a field as a read only?
Um, Form context dot get control of field schema name dot set disabled true.
And what is the syntax to set the visibility of a field?
Visibility, form context dot get control of field schema name uh, dot uh, set
Set.
set visible true.
Okay. So how can we get the current logged in user GUID by using JavaScript?
uh, Form context dot data dot entity dot get id.
Get ID, this is to retrieve the current record GUID, right? But the
Yes,
question
sir.
is current logged in user GUID.
Current logged in user UID, xrm dot utility dot get global context dot users settings dot security rules.
Not a security role. I'm asking about the user GUID, logged in user GUID.
Mm, Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recover.
Yeah, fine. So do you have you worked with XRM.web API methods in the JavaScript?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So have you implemented JavaScripts in your projects?
Yes, sir.
Can you just give me the one of the scenario?
By using JavaScript in the doctor appointments, we have a lookup for the uh, doctors. Whenever we are selecting the doctor, it should retrieve the appointment fees based on the selected doctor and populate it in the appointment fee.
Hmm. So you have used JavaScript, is it?
Yes, sir.
What are the limitations have you seen in the JavaScript?
Limitations. It is purely client-side logic.
Hmm. Yeah, fine. So I have a requirement. So I do have the contact entity,
Mm,
and if I try to create a new contact, so I can able to enter the data in the mobile number. So once contact is created, so nobody can change the mobile number. It should be non-editable.
yes, sir.
So how can we achieve this requirement? Is requirement clear? Did you understand the requirement?
Can you repeat it, sir?
So the requirement is I do have the contact entity. In contact entity, there is a field contact number, contact
Mm,
mobile number.
mm,
So the mobile number, it should be editable only whenever we create a new record.
yes,
So
sir.
once it is created, it should always should be non-editable. Nobody can change.
Mm.
How can we achieve this requirement?
By using JavaScript.
By using JavaScript. Okay, so how do you implement the logic? How can you identify whether it is a new form
Uh,
or
uh, Form based on the form type, sir.
what is the syntax to get the form type?
Mm, uh, form form context dot UI dot get form type.
So can't
If
we
form
do
type,
using business rule?
sir.
Can't we use a business rule instead of JavaScript?
No, sir.
Mhm. Okay, fine. So what is the syntax do we use to set a lookup field by using JavaScript?
Syntax.
Do we use to set, yeah, instead of set, yeah, what is the syntax do we use to get the GUID of a lookup field?
Lookup field. Uh, we need to declare the variable lookup value equal to form context dot get attribute of field name dot get value,
Hmm.
and then lookup id equal to lookup value of dot id.
Okay. Yeah, fine. So plugins, how many plugins you have implemented so far in your career?
7 to 8 plugins.
Can you just give me the one of the complex plugin scenario?
Mm. In the hospital management,
Mm.
on creation of doctor appointment, uh, we should restrict the doctor appointment if he has more than 3 appointments per day. We have to restrict that appointment creation.
Mm. So what is the challenge you faced?
Challenges like we have to change the format of into UTC format. We have to convert.
Okay. So can you just give me the steps to implement a plugin at a high level?
Implement a plugin in the Visual Studio. We need to create a class library, uh, and then we need to add the references, SDK references. Then we need to change the namespace to the required one. Then we need to implement our logic in the try and catch block, try block. Um, then we need to build a solution, and we need to sign the assembly. Uh, then and we need to rebuild the solution, and then we have to open the PRT tool,
Hmm.
and then we have to register the assembly with the .dll file. Under that, we need to register the step. In that, we have to pass the message create or update based on our requirement,
Hmm.
and save, and we need to execute it in the CRM UI. It should validate in the CRM UI.
Okay. So if there is any exception, how can you troubleshoot the plugin?
By using plugin trace logs, and by using PRT tool, we can debug.
So if my plugin like keeps on triggering, like it went to the infinite loop, how can
Mm.
we avoid infinite loops?
By using depth property.
What is the maximum value for depth?
8.
Okay. Like what are all messages are there in the plugin?
uh, Create, update,
Hmm.
retrieve,
Hmm.
associate.
Okay. So I do have a requirement. The requirement is I do have contact and
Mm.
account and contact. So account is a parent, contact is a child. Let's say if I deactivate the account entity, that means there is a status field. If I change that status field to inactive, so my expectation is I wanted to deactivate the all the associated contacts as well. In contact entity also there is a status field. I wanted to deactivate all of them.
Mm.
So this is the requirement. So how can we achieve this requirement?
By using relationship behaviors, we need to set it to parental level.
If you set it to parental, what will happen?
Whatever the action we perform on the parent records, it will affect the child records also.
So what are all actions will be considered in that case?
Like update.
No,
If we
actions,
update the,
whatever actions we are doing on the parent, it will reflect on the child, right?
yes, sir.
So what type of actions it will consider in that relationship?
Like if we share any parent record to another user,
Okay, share.
then,
That means share action.
yes,
So what else will be considered?
I have only one idea, sir. Like
But
share.
here the requirement is if
Mm.
I change the status of a parent, I want to change status of all child. So is status change also considered? No, right? The actions considered
Mm.
in the relationship, share, unshare, and delete, merge, these things assign. So the
Okay.
requirement is simple. If I change some field at the parent level, I want to change all the fields at the child level, common field at the child level.
Yes, sir.
So this is the requirement. How can we achieve? Yeah, fine. So what are all interface class do we use in the plugin?
I plug in.
I plugin. Okay. And how can we get the organization service.
Organization service.
Yeah, inside the plugin.
Like syntax you're asking, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall.
Okay. So how many types of plugins are there?
Plugins, synchronous and asynchronous.
So what is the difference between both?
This in the if the plugin is synchronous, the plugin will execute immediately. Mm, if it is asynchronous, it will execute in the background. The users need not to wait. If it is synchronous, until the plugin completes its action, the user needs to wait. The
Mm,
synchronous plugins will be used for the data validations, and
okay.
asynchronous can be used for sending mails. Like that.
What is impersonation?
Impersonation is nothing but acting on behalf of others.
So what are all ways are there to impersonate the plugin?
There are two ways. First is we need to set the calling.
Mm,
We need to set run user context to calling. Change the calling from calling user to admins or system disabled. And the next one is we need to set the organization service to the require. We can pass the required UID over there.
okay. So there is a requirement. I have implemented a plugin. So my plugin,
Mm,
what it is doing, like it's just calculating some total amount and setting it on the same entity. Let's say I have the quantity and the unit price
mm,
and the total field. There are three fields. So my plugin, what it will do on record creation, it will do multiplication and calculate the total amount. So my
mm,
plugin is working fine whenever I create records from the CRM UI, but my
mm,
plugin is getting fail. So like if the records are creating it from the some backend.
mm,
Backend means like data import or there is some integration
mm.
or else the records are creating it from the portal. Portal also we can create the records, right?
Yes, sir.
Or I do have some integration. There is some SSS batch job is running. So
Mm.
for those records, it is getting failed. So what could be the failure reason?
Uh, it is a synchronous plugin.
Yeah, plugin is synchronous only. It
Mm,
works fine if I create records from the CRM UI. But it
mm.
is getting failed if record created from the portal. What could be the possible reason? Mm, yeah, so that's fine. You just explore. The possible reason could be it's because of some calling user might not have permissions.
Okay.
So how can you like debug the plugin? Like you mentioned, there is trace logs and the other one is.
Plugin registration tool.
Do you know how to debug using plugin registration tool?
Yes, sir.
Can you just give me the steps at high level?
Okay, sir. We first we need to open the PRT tool and we have to install the profiler. Then we need to select the step and click on start profiling. Next, we need to navigate to the CRM and we need to perform the event. And there we need to capture the uh, log file. Next, we have to go back to the Visual Studio and click on debug and then attach process. And next, put debugger points in the Visual Studio and then start debugging in the plugin registration tool by selecting the downloaded log file and select the assembly, that is .dll file, and then start execution.
O-
Then again we need to navigate to Visual Studio and we need to debug it step by step to find our error
How can we share data between two plugins?
by using shared variables.
So what is the importance of images in the plugin?
We can capture the changes before and after the operations.
Hmm.
There are two type, pre-image and the post-image. In the pre-image, we can capture the data before the operation. In the post-image, we can capture the data after the operation.
So I have a requirement. So on record creation of the lead, on lead entity
Mm,
creation, I do have the three plugins. Plugin names are like A, B, C. Three plugins are there at the same event. So I have
mm,
a requirement. I wanted to execute in the sequence order. First A, next B, next C. Is
mm.
it possible? Can we set execution order?
Yes, sir.
How can we do?
In the plugin registration tool, we have an option called execution order.
Hmm.
In that, we can select.
And so I have another requirement. So the
Mm,
requirement is I'm logged in as a there is a two users. One is manager, one is
mm,
salesperson.
mm,
And there is a discount field. Discount field can only view by manager. View and edit by full control to the manager. But
mm,
salesperson don't have any access. No read access, no write access, no view access as well.
mm,
So if the same field, if I'm trying to use it in the plugin, let's say I'm
mm,
getting the discount value to calculate the
mm,
some total amount. To
mm.
calculate the total amount, I need discount value. So
Yes, sir.
total amount I'm calculating using plugin. So I need to read the discount value, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I log in with manager, my plugin working fine.
Mm.
So what value I will get if I perform with the salesperson inside discount field?
You don't have access for this field. You'll get an error message, right?
Yeah, what I will get? Will I get error or
You'll get errors.
okay? You practically validate. You just enable the field and implement some plugin inside plugin. You try to read that field
Okay, sir.
and you see what you will get.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and what is the difference between workflow and plugin?
Difference between workflow and plugin. In the workflow, we can implement wait condition. In plugins, we don't have the wait condition. Mm,
Mhm.
Um, in the workflows, we only have some triggering points like create, update, and status change. In plugin, we have many triggering points like create, update, retrieve,
Mhm.
associate, like that.
Okay. So what else are there?
Mm. In plugins, we can change the run user context to um, we can change the calling user context. But in workflows, only in the real time workflow, we can do that. In the background workflow, it will not possible in the background workflow to change the calling user context.
Okay. So how many types of workflows are there?
Uh, Real-time workflow, background workflow.
What is the difference between both?
Uh, real-time Real-time workflows will execute immediately for data validations. We can use real-time workflows and background workflows. It will process in the backend and that operation will be saved. Like to send emails, we can use background workflow. For validations, we should use real-time workflows.
Hmm. What else are there? What is the
Mm, for background workflows, page refresh is needed.
hmm.
For real-time workflows, page refresh is not needed.
Okay. So do you have experience with the solution deployments?
Yes, sir.
So how many types of solutions are there?
We have two types of solutions, managed and the unmanaged solution.
Hmm.
Uh, in the unmanaged solutions are used in the development stages. Managed solutions are used in the production. In unmanaged solution, we can change the or modify the components. In managed solutions, we cannot modify the components. Once the unmanaged solution is deleted, its components still exist. If the managed solution is deleted, all its components will also get deleted.
Okay. So do you have experience with the Power Automate flows?
Yes, sir.
So what is the disadvantage when you compare with the workflows?
Uh, Power Automate flows runs in asynchronous mode only, sir. Whereas workflows will run, we can have both the real time and background.
Okay. So what is like
Um,
difference between workflow and the Power Automate flows?
Workflow and Power Automate flows. Power Automate runs only in asynchronous mode.
Hmm.
Workflows will run both real time and background.
Okay. What else are
And
there? What is the
in the
yeah? What is the scope of the workflow, by the way?
scope of the workflow, we can set it to user, uh, uh, business unit, parent and child business unit, and organizations.
So what is the difference? How it will work actually?
If the workflow is set to the user, the workflow will trigger for only the records which are created by that user or
Hmm.
the owner of the workflow. If the workflow is set to the business unit level, the workflow will trigger for the records which are created by the uh, that business unit level users. If the scope is set to parent child business unit, the workflow will trigger for the records created by the business unit and the child so the child groups under that business unit. If the scope is workflow is set to organizations, that workflow will trigger for all the users across the organization.
Okay. So how can we handle the unknown exception in the Power Automate flow?
By using the control called scope, we have to add two scopes, try scope and the cat scope. In the CAD scope we need to uh, configure after the scope of try block is failed. Then we have to stop and we have to send the email regarding that error.
Hmm. Like I wanted to process the more than 20,000 records in Power Automate Flow. Is it
Yes, sir.
possible?
Yes, sir.
How can we do that?
By using pagination cons.
How can we enable pagination?
Uh, uh, we have to click on the three dots and we need to go to the settings.
Hmm.
In that uh, pagination, we have to tick the pagination and we can give the maximum length up to process how many records we want. We can give that length.
Okay. So have you worked on the Power Portals?
Yes, sir.
What are all the components are there in the Power Portals? When you deal with Power Portals, what type of component names are there? Where do we store the portal users?
In contact entities.
How can we control the data?
Mm.
Like how can we control the data security in Power Portals?
By using web roles cons.
Okay. And like I wanted to populate the current logged in user into one of the lookup, like current logged in portal user to one of
Mm.
the contact lookup. So how can we do that?
In the Power Pages management, we need to select the basic forms. In that, we have an insert form. In that additional settings, we need to enable the associated current portal user
Mm,
and we need to select the lookup.
okay. Do you have experience with Canvas apps?
Yes, sir.
What are all variables are there in Canvas app?
We do have two type of variables, local variable and the global variable.
What is the
Mm,
difference?
local variable, we can access only to that particular screen, while global variable we can access throughout all the screens.
Okay. So can you just give me the syntax?
For global variable, set uh, variable name, comma value. For local variables, update context of variable name, colon, value.
Okay. Yeah, fine, Prashanti. So you almost good at 80 to 90%. So there are few things, scenario based questions. You still unable to answer, address. So just explore parallelly, just do the last two projects. No need to
Okay,
prepare separately. Just do the last two projects again, second round.
okay,
Parallelly, you can attend the interviews as well.
okay, sir.
సో మన కోర్స్ ఎలా అనిపించింది ప్రశాంత్ మీకు బై ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద కోర్స్ హౌ యూ ఫీలింగ్?
Yeah, it is very good, sir. Mainly the assignments. We got the feel like working in the real time environment.
ఓకే. Do you face any challenges during your learning process?
Yeah, no, sir. If we get any problem also, the support team is available. No?
Okay.
We resolved our issues there.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, support team was also very good.
Mm, mm, okay. Yeah, fine. Anusha, yeah, best of luck for
Okay,
your
sir. Thank you, sir.
Job search. Yeah.